foods to avoid for poor circulation. Hey everyone, today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial to your health but often overlooked until it's too late: poor circulation. Have you ever experienced cold hands and feet, numbness, or swelling in your legs? These might seem like little problems, but they could be early signs of poor blood circulation. And here's the catch: poor circulation can slowly lead to more severe issues like heart disease, stroke, and even nerve damage. The worst part? According to the World Health Organization, cardiovascular diseases account for approximately 17.9 million deaths each year, representing about 32% of all global deaths. Many of these deaths are related to conditions caused or worsened by poor circulation. Early intervention and lifestyle modifications, such as maintaining a healthy weight, eating a balanced diet, quitting smoking, and managing stress, can help prevent poor circulation from developing or worsening. Some of these conditions don't show any symptoms until they're out of control. That's why prevention is key, and it starts with what you eat. In this video, we'll be talking about 6 must-avoid foods if you're struggling with poor circulation. These are foods that, no matter how tempting, can mess with your blood flow and make things worse. So, let's get into it. Let's kick things off by talking about trans fats, a sneaky ingredient in many of our favorite foods like fried items, packaged snacks, and even certain kinds of margarine. The primary concern with trans fats lies in hydrogenated oils, which are created through a process that adds hydrogen to liquid oils, making them more solid and shelf-stable. This transformation isn't just for convenience, it comes at a cost to our health. Trans fats have been scientifically shown to raise LDL cholesterol, often referred to as bad cholesterol, while simultaneously lowering HDL cholesterol, the good kind. This imbalance can be a severe problem for your circulation. Now, how exactly do trans fats mess with your blood circulation? When you consume foods high in trans fats, they don't just hang around, they can accumulate in your arteries. This buildup leads to the formation of plaques, which are essentially fatty deposits that can clog your blood vessels. Over time, these plaques cause a condition known as atherosclerosis, where your arteries become stiff and narrow, making it difficult for blood to flow freely. Imagine trying to drink water through a straw that's getting smaller and smaller; it just doesn't work as well. Poor circulation due to atherosclerosis can lead to a range of serious health issues, including heart disease, stroke, and peripheral artery disease, where the limbs, especially the legs, experience decreased blood flow. But just how prevalent is this issue? Well, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, nearly half of all adults in the U.S. have high cholesterol levels, a risk factor heavily influenced by trans fat consumption. In fact, research indicates that every 2% increase in energy intake from trans fats can raise the risk of coronary heart disease by about 23%. That's a significant number. It underscores the importance of keeping an eye on those food labels. Moreover, the scientific evidence supporting the harmful effects of trans fats is robust. Numerous studies, including a large-scale analysis published in various health journals, have demonstrated a clear link between trans fat consumption and an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases. One notable study revealed that people who consume trans fats regularly have a 34% higher risk of heart disease than those who avoid them. The message here is clear: cutting out trans fats from your diet can significantly improve your heart health and overall circulation. So, what can you do? The best strategy is to avoid trans fats altogether. This means taking the time to check food labels for partially hydrogenated oils and steering clear of those tempting chips, baked goods, and fried foods. Instead, opt for healthier fats, such as those found in nuts, seeds, avocados, and olive oil. Not only will you enjoy better circulation, but you'll also feel more energized and vibrant. Remember, it's all about making smarter choices for a healthier you. Let's explore the world of salt, a seasoning that many of us can't live without. While it adds flavor to our meals, consuming too much sodium can seriously disrupt your circulation. When you eat a diet high in salt, your body retains more water to dilute the sodium in your bloodstream. This phenomenon is known as water retention or edema. As the volume of blood increases due to this retention, it puts added pressure on your blood vessels, leading to an increase in blood pressure. This condition is termed hypertension, and it is a significant risk factor for cardiovascular diseases, including heart attack, stroke, and heart failure. The mechanism behind hypertension involves several physiological processes. Elevated blood pressure causes the heart to work harder to pump blood through the narrowed arteries. Over time, this increased workload can lead to left ventricular hypertrophy, a condition in which the heart's left ventricle becomes enlarged. This enlargement can impair the heart's ability to pump effectively and increase the risk of heart-related issues. Additionally, high sodium levels can lead to vascular remodeling, a process where the structure of blood vessels changes in response to chronic hypertension. The smooth muscle cells in the arterial walls can proliferate and migrate, leading to arterial stiffness and narrowing. This stiffening of the arteries diminishes their ability to expand and contract, making it more challenging for blood to flow freely. As the arteries become less elastic, they are more prone to damage and can contribute to the development of atherosclerosis, where fatty deposits build up in the arterial walls. Furthermore, excess sodium can disrupt the balance of other essential minerals, particularly potassium. Potassium plays a critical role in regulating blood pressure and maintaining proper cardiovascular function. High salt intake can lead to lower potassium levels, which can exacerbate hypertension and further impair circulation. A diet low in potassium has been associated with increased blood pressure and a higher risk of cardiovascular diseases. Not only this, but the relationship between sodium intake and blood pressure is well established in scientific literature. Research has shown that reducing sodium intake can lead to significant decreases in blood pressure, especially in individuals with pre-existing hypertension. For example, a meta-analysis of multiple studies indicated that lowering sodium intake by about 2,300 mg per day could reduce systolic blood pressure by an average of 5 to 6 millimeters of mercury. This reduction can have a meaningful impact on heart disease risk, potentially lowering the incidence of heart attacks, poor blood circulation, and strokes. Now, let's talk about sugar, that sweet indulgence that's hard to resist. While it can give you a quick energy boost, consuming too much sugar can lead to a host of health issues, especially when it comes to your circulation. Let's examine the scientific mechanisms by which high sugar intake can adversely affect circulation. When you consume sugary foods and beverages, your body rapidly absorbs the glucose into your bloodstream, causing a spike in blood sugar levels. This increase triggers the pancreas to release insulin, a hormone that helps regulate blood sugar levels by facilitating the uptake of glucose into cells for energy. However, consistently high sugar intake can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells no longer respond effectively to insulin. This results in elevated blood sugar levels and can lead to type 2 diabetes, which is known to exacerbate vascular damage. When blood sugar levels remain high for extended periods, they can undergo a process called glycation, where excess glucose binds to proteins and lipids in the body, forming harmful molecules known as advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These AGEs contribute to chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which can damage blood vessels. Inflammation plays a central role in the deterioration of your circulatory system. When your body senses high levels of glucose and AGEs, it triggers an inflammatory response, which leads to the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines. These molecules can damage the endothelium, the thin layer of cells lining your blood vessels, making them less flexible and more prone to narrowing. When blood vessels lose their elasticity and become stiff, it impairs their ability to expand and contract, reducing blood flow and oxygen delivery to tissues. Furthermore, inflammation thickens the blood by increasing the production of fibrinogen, a protein involved in blood clotting. As blood becomes thicker, it increases the likelihood of clot formation, which can block blood flow and lead to serious complications such as heart attacks or strokes. This is particularly concerning for individuals with existing conditions like diabetes, where the risk of vascular damage is already elevated due to poor blood sugar control. Additionally, high sugar consumption can disrupt the balance of gut bacteria, leading to dysbiosis, an imbalance that can promote inflammation and contribute to metabolic disorders. An unhealthy gut microbiome can further exacerbate systemic inflammation, creating a vicious cycle that negatively impacts circulation. In terms of cardiovascular health, the research showed that for each additional 150 calories of sugar consumed daily, there was a significant increase in heart disease risk. This evidence underscores the importance of being mindful of sugar consumption and its long-term effects on your circulatory system. To promote better circulation, it's advisable to limit your intake of added sugars to less than 10% of your total daily caloric intake. Instead, focus on incorporating more whole foods and natural sugars from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, which not only satisfy your sweet tooth but also provide essential nutrients that support vascular health. Dark chocolate, in moderation, can also be a delicious treat that offers potential benefits due to its high flavonoid content, which is known to improve endothelial function and promote better circulation. Next, let's examine the impact of processed meats, such as bacon, sausages, and hot dogs, on circulation and overall health. These foods are often loaded with preservatives like nitrates and high levels of sodium, which can negatively affect your cardiovascular system in multiple ways. While preservatives are added to enhance flavor and extend shelf life, they can inadvertently preserve your arteries. The high sodium content in processed meats can lead to water retention, which raises blood volume and, consequently, blood pressure. As we've discussed previously, this increased pressure forces your heart to work harder and can contribute to the development of hypertension. Over time, consistently high blood pressure damages the inner lining of blood vessels, leading to arterial stiffness and narrowing. This narrowing can severely impede blood flow, making it difficult for oxygen and nutrients to reach vital organs and tissues. But the story doesn't end there. Nitrates, commonly found in processed meats, have their own set of concerns. Although nitrates can be converted into beneficial compounds in the body, when consumed in high amounts, especially from processed meats, they can lead to adverse effects. Once ingested, nitrates can be converted into nitrites in the stomach, which can then form nitrosamines, particularly when these meats are cooked at high temperatures. Nitrosamines are known carcinogens and have been linked to several health issues, including an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases. Moreover, nitrates can cause blood vessels to stiffen. This occurs because nitrates, when metabolized, may lead to a disruption in the balance of nitric oxide in the body. Nitric oxide is crucial for maintaining vascular health. It helps relax blood vessels, allowing for smooth and efficient blood flow. When the balance is disrupted, the blood vessels lose their elasticity, resulting in increased resistance to blood flow. This stiffening effect not only contributes to elevated blood pressure but also increases the risk of developing atherosclerosis, where fatty deposits accumulate in the arteries, further restricting blood flow. Numerous studies have highlighted the dangers associated with processed meat consumption. A large-scale study conducted with thousands of participants found that those who frequently consumed processed meats had a significantly higher risk of developing heart disease and circulation problems compared to those who limited their intake. This connection underscores the need for caution when incorporating these meats into your diet. So, what can you do if you're a fan of deli meats? Consider replacing processed meats with lean protein options, such as chicken or turkey. These alternatives provide the necessary protein without the unhealthy additives and high sodium content. Additionally, plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu offer excellent nutritional profiles and are beneficial for cardiovascular health. Next on our list is alcohol. Let's explore the effects of alcohol on circulation and overall cardiovascular health. While moderate consumption, particularly of red wine, has been admired for its potential benefits due to antioxidants, excessive alcohol intake can lead to significant health risks. Understanding these risks can empower you to make informed choices regarding your alcohol consumption. Alcohol acts as a vasodilator, meaning it temporarily widens blood vessels, allowing for increased blood flow. Initially, this can lead to a feeling of warmth and relaxation, as well as a brief decrease in blood pressure. However, this is where the benefits end. Chronic heavy drinking can cause long-term damage to the blood vessels, which increases the risk of hypertension, a condition where blood pressure consistently remains high. Over time, this persistent elevation can weaken the walls of blood vessels and contribute to conditions like atherosclerosis, where plaque builds up in the arteries, restricting blood flow. Moreover, alcohol consumption can significantly impact your lipid levels. It has been shown to raise triglyceride levels in the bloodstream. Triglycerides are a type of fat, and elevated levels can lead to the formation of fatty deposits in the blood vessels. These deposits can narrow the arteries, making it more difficult for blood to flow and increasing the risk of cardiovascular events such as heart attacks and strokes. Essentially, higher triglyceride levels create a double whammy effect, as they contribute to both arterial damage and hypertension. A recent study emphasized this concerning relationship, revealing that heavy drinkers are more prone to developing peripheral artery disease, PAD. Peripheral artery disease itself, which is a result of narrowed arteries reducing blood flow to the limbs, affects millions of people and can lead to serious complications, including limb amputation and increased risk of heart attack and stroke. In the United States alone, PAD affects about 8 to 12 million people, and complications arising from it can significantly increase mortality risk. The key to enjoying alcohol while maintaining good health lies in moderation. The general guideline is to limit alcohol intake to no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men. This approach allows you to reap potential benefits without crossing into the territory of excessive consumption, which can lead to serious health issues. If you're looking for healthier alternatives to alcohol, consider beverages rich in antioxidants, such as green tea. Green tea is packed with catechins, which are known to improve endothelial function and enhance blood circulation. Studies suggest that regular consumption of green tea can help lower blood pressure and improve overall vascular health, providing a delicious way to support your circulation without the risks associated with alcohol. Lastly, let's discuss caffeine and its complex relationship with circulation and cardiovascular health. Caffeine is one of those substances that can have both beneficial and detrimental effects, depending on the amount consumed and individual sensitivity. Understanding these dynamics can help you strike the right balance for your health. In moderate amounts, caffeine can indeed benefit circulation. It acts as a stimulant, enhancing blood flow by temporarily widening blood vessels and increasing heart rate. This effect may improve oxygen delivery to tissues and enhance physical performance, making caffeine a popular choice for athletes and active individuals. In fact, some studies suggest that moderate caffeine consumption can lead to improved endothelial function, which is crucial for maintaining healthy blood circulation. However, the situation changes dramatically with excessive caffeine intake. For those sensitive to caffeine or who consume it in large quantities, the negative effects can outweigh the benefits. High caffeine intake can lead to dehydration, as it is a diuretic. When your body loses more fluids than it takes in, your blood can become thicker, increasing its viscosity. Thicker blood can make it more difficult for your heart to pump effectively, which can impede circulation and lead to an increased workload on your cardiovascular system. Moreover, caffeine can cause a temporary spike in blood pressure. This occurs due to the release of stress hormones, like adrenaline, which causes your heart to beat faster and your blood vessels to constrict. While this increase in blood pressure might not pose immediate risks for most healthy individuals, over time, frequent spikes can lead to chronic hypertension. Research has shown that individuals who consume large amounts of caffeine daily are at a higher risk of developing hypertension, a critical factor contributing to poor circulation and other cardiovascular problems. If you're a coffee lover, moderation is key. Aim to limit your caffeine intake to 1 or 2 cups a day. This amount is generally considered safe and can provide the benefits of caffeine without the risks associated with excessive consumption. It's also essential to stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Hydration helps maintain optimal blood viscosity, ensuring that your heart can pump efficiently and your blood can flow freely through your vessels. So, there you have it, the 6 must-avoid foods if you're struggling with poor circulation. Remember, it's not about completely cutting out everything you love, it's about making smarter, healthier choices that can truly make a difference. Your blood flow impacts so much more than just circulation, it affects your energy levels, mood, and overall well-being. By being mindful of what you eat, you're investing in your health and setting yourself up for a brighter, healthier future. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with friends and family, and subscribe for more tips on living your healthiest life. Your journey to better circulation starts today, and we can't wait to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, every small change counts.